Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in Week 4. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Sometimes it's designed, but sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So this game here in London, the first of 5 games in the NFL International Series for 2022. We'll see the Giants and Packers here next week. Broncos and Jags at Wembley at the end of the month. The Seahawks and the Bucs, that'll be in November in Munich, Germany. First time a game's been held there. And then we wrap up down in Mexico City, November 21st. Cardinals and Niners from Estadio Azteca.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Derek Brown in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 36 yards on the play. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels and picking up some nice yardage.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Corral. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
On 3rd down, Corral. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Again, they run with Hill. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Saints will have the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. On play action, Winston. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it out of the gun with Hill. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Corral. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justice Hill, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Corral sets up play action. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints will take over here just shy of the 30. The house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it second down and 12. Play action now, Winston. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. They're going deep for Hill. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Corral now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. They go play action. Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Throwing. Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
He's got room at the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 31 yards. Play fake. Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Nicole Hardman. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. No gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off the play fake, Winston. He's got a man, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Jameis to throw it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. To try again after the sack. Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill as the 1st half is winding down. And the Saints are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And he'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. And they get him down right near the midfield stripe. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. Joseph's got it, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Another try after the first down sack. Corral. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turning the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Now Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On first down, Corral. Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They run it with Chandler. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Chandler, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the sack on first down, Winston going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And Winston lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Corral on first down. Got an open man. It's Pringle. Touchdown, Vikings. Byron Pringle, 39 yards. And the Vikings are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. And
the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Brian Asamoah brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Here comes the Saints punter now. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Here's Chandler. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, Now you stop the clock. And
he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Third and long. Corral. Throwing left side. It's complete. Touchdown. K.J. Osborne. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Third and short yardage. Winston. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. 3 quarters in the books. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he stopped immediately there. Ty Summers there on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Corral. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Chandler will score. Touchdown, Vikings. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Winston to give, it's Kamara. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Corral looking to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On the play fake, Corral. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted. It's caught inside the 25. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. All year from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Counter play. Here's Chandler. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Chandler. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Corral taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now a give right side. It's Chandler. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Nwangu going to get it on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.